Holy shit. You ask where to shut the door, they sure shut the door. Did everybody hear that?
Wow.
That was a bang.
Thank you.
This is Cindy Martin and Dennis Batchelor. We are here, we are boondocking through Florida, Central Florida, northern Central Florida. Right now we are in Jasper, Florida, at the old county jail. Many historians say that 2 African Americans and 1 Caucasian male were hanged in the bell tower, which is in the front of the building. They've heard disembodied voices, unusual noises and footsteps throughout the building, and a lot of shadow activity going on. So we're hoping to pick some of that up.
So we now have access. We haven't been to the solitary side, but we are gonna head over there.
They also said that there were a woman was allegedly committed suicide, and there was another man killed here inside the walls. So we didn't say how, but
so there's at least 5.
So confirmed. We know at least 5 confirmed deaths within the building.
If you can join us tonight for our live Facebook feed, we'll be getting started. Let's see, it's right now 8:30 here. We're going to try to go in about 9 o'clock and do it for about an hour or so, and then we'll come back out and warm up because it is getting cold here. I think it's down in the mid-40s. Okay, we're live. So this is our second night investigating here at the Hamilton County Historical Museum and Old Jail. The jail was built in 1893. It's been used as a museum, but it's kind of in disrepair right now. She's in a transitioning stage, but we're able to investigate. So we're going to go on in and see if we can get anything tonight. Cindy here, Cindy Martin. She's listening to the EVPs live, real time. So anything we might hear or capture, she should be able to pick up. I'll go ahead and set up my IR system, and we'll just leave it in one of the cells upstairs. And then I've got a voice recorder we've decided we're going to leave in another area. During the daytime, actually, we saw a shadow figure in the hallway around just outside that door there. And solitaire, we heard a couple of strange, possibly, did we ever change the batteries in there? Okay. I'll give you guys a quick walkthrough because you weren't here last night. Maybe this is the kitchen area to the old jailhouse. Storage closets. Cool old stove. This was once the pump that sat here at the sink, and they would have to crank the water like that to get water into the sink. And now we'll go into the cell section. The downstairs was used to house the women, and the upstairs, we'll get there in a minute, were used to house the men. And then, oops, that's me. Okay. An interesting about this particular cell, again, the women prisoners. In 1925, a female prisoner gave birth to her baby, so her baby in a crib was set up, and her baby also was in the cell with the woman. The woman was furnished extra milk for her baby. The woman was accused of poisoning her husband, and the commissioners allowed her to serve out her time here in jail. And she was never convicted, but asked to leave. So kind of a interesting story there about this. There we go. All right. Hallway out to the back. Again, this would have been how they would have fed the inmates or looked in on them, through the outside here. In this particular area. And there's nothing but a bunch of junk back in here.
You say this is the women.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the solitary cells. We'll get into there. You have to go outside to get into them. But this is where they would feed them from. Other than that, they had no contact with anybody else while they were in solitary. And we're going to try some EVP sessions in there a little bit later.
Wanna go up?
Hang on a second. I got that. Got like a hair hanging off my glasses on my face. All right, now we're heading up into the men's portion, and this portion's a lot bigger. Quite a few cells up here.
A lot of cells up here. I'm gonna count them.
All right, we'll go through this way first, and then we'll come back out that way. All right, so we have several cells back in here. See, they weren't. This was a visiting area, what we're assuming, because they have speaker boxes here. On the outside, it looked like they would communicate with whoever come to visit them. There's a little table here, a shower.
Shower.
Again, tonight we'll be, later on I'll be setting up the IR, shutting down the lights, and we'll do an EVP session and whatnot in solitaire. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do a live view then because we'll be in total darkness and no way to stream it over the internet. Now, you were sitting in here one night.
Is this the black man?
No, that's around the back side of this.
Or is this the one? Yeah.
Yeah, this. You want to go to the black man's cell?
No, we were. Is that? Yep, this is the one. I was sitting right here. I had everything set kind of just like this. And I was just kind of sitting, waiting. It was dark. And they were all in the room adjacent to us. And then that's when I heard like a bang on one of these, Yeah. And I sat here for a second, and then they said, "You okay?" "I'm fine." I kind of got up and walked away. Then I thought, well, what was that? That really wasn't me. So, I don't know.
And oddly enough, on the other side of this particular cell, there's a cell that's known, and we don't know the reason why, but it's called the black man cell. And you can visibly see where somebody, it's like they took a ball peen hammer and just pounded and pounded and pounded onto the metal there. And
But what could they have used? Because you would have to have something pretty heavy to make indentations into steel.
right, yeah, because they actually, one of them, they almost created like a little bowl, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what they call the black man cell. And why, we have no idea. We haven't heard the story yet. But you can see here, maybe on the bed, let me try to get a good cam. Yeah, you can see where it's been beat up all over, like somebody took a ball peen hammer or something. And on both sides, there's a whole divot right here where it got beat with something. I can't imagine hammering on that over and over. The noise must have been horrendous.
And with what? That's just the
Yeah.
with what?
So there you see the sign on the bars there that say black. I don't know if this was for black men or what. All right, well, let's go ahead and go through this other side here. Again, there's the showers. Well, the whole floor is about to give in there. You don't want to get in on there. Just hanging out.
Just
This is probably the smallest of them all. What we found interesting last night, if you look on the wall here, you can see some scribing. And then up here, somebody has sketched in what appears to be the start of a Hercules-like muscle figure into the wall. And then there's a couple of things that we can't read. There's look like J-O-H-N, maybe John. Oh, J-O-H-N, John. At the top it says K-A. I don't know if those were made by the inmates at one time through the past.
maybe their initials, their board.
Okay, the light just dimmed again. So I'm down to level 2 on lighting, which is fine. We'll set this up down in solitaire.
Okay.
Get our cameras rolling, do an EVP down there. So now we're back to where we started originally. And if you look here, this is the outside of the visiting center where we were inside that cell there. I can't get the two of them to work for you, but this is where the switch is, and there's a big lever in here, and they would pull that down to open and close the cell doors all at one time simultaneously, and that's what that did. So kind of manually geared. All right, let's go to that other side of the cells and then we'll head downstairs. Step up. Step up. All right. And this was a larger cell. Apparently 4 inmates would be packed in here.
Still
And then, of course, there's shower.
like they have more space.
Again, all these dolls and stuff are left over from Halloween. They were part of their props and whatnot. But it's kind of nice. It adds a little creep factor to the thing. All right. While you're here, you want to grab the key to solitaire?
Yeah.
Check out this key.
Okay. the key.
Pretty incredible. But that opens and closes solitary. So
Says Manly Jail Works, Dalton, Georgia. 1063.
pretty cool.
A.
All right, let's go up. I don't know why I'm carrying this camera. I'm not gonna use it till we come back down. All right. So the skeleton you can see in the bell tower from out front is right here. This is the one that peeks out the window. The portion of the bell tower where they claim, or where they actually have photographs, I guess, of the 3 people being hung is right up above us here. They told me they have a ladder, and I'm welcome to crawl up there. In fact, I see a big heavy rope. Look at that.
Do you really?
Yeah, right on the edge of that. No, looks pretty old. Stand here where I'm at. See it? Great big hemp rope by the cords going up there.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. But they told me I could crawl up there if I wanted to and check it out. I'm not interested. I'm going to pass on that one. Too big to be crawling around up there. Right here, there's a sign, Cindy.
Bury uncle.
Right here, there's a sign, Cindy.
Bury uncle.
Didn't see that last night. Right here, there's a sign, Cindy.
Bury uncle.
Didn't see that last night. So you want to read out loud?
There is no way to access the hanging tower that is located directly above in the top of the tower. We have no records the tower was ever used for hanging. Gallows were constructed in the side yard when it was necessary to carry out the sentence. The noose hanging here is a regulation noose with 13 knots, and the gallows had 13 steps leading up to them.
Okay, so apparently those photographs they have then that we can't find are of maybe the gallows they constructed in the side yard, not the tower. Okay.
And the noose.
Well, that seemed weird to me anyways, that they would hang somebody in the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this was probably the apartment used by the jailers.
Imagine a whole family in there.
I don't know that they would have families because it was just a jail. It wasn't like...
You got the kid. You know.
I think this is stuff that was just donated to her and she's just using them for props and stuff for the museum portion of it. I don't think it's really to what it was used for. But who knows? I don't know. Unfortunately, she was going to give us a tour yesterday and got tied up and we never got the tour. But it's really cool that she threw us the keys and said, have fun.
And what with the original tour that I did take with her, she had said that this is where the family stayed. That's all they had.
Okay.
And they just lived here. That was their life.
So Renee is the owner of this. We'll post a number when I post the videos, a phone number where you can contact her. If you're ever in Jasper, she only charges $35 to do an investigation here. She didn't charge us anything. But what a sweetheart. She also gave us a place to park the RV and also told us to use the electricity to hook in. So we've been here for the 2 days now. We did give her a small donation, basically free. What a great place. So we played tourist all day today, doing all kinds of waterfalls. Cindy made me get my 10,000 steps in today. Oh my God. Stood behind me with the bullwhip. There you go. Looks so pretty now. He really dresses up the room.
It does, doesn't it? It gives it color. Here. Yeah, no, it's in this one. I'll let you like the way. Here's the bedroom.
Okay. We'll go out to solitary confinement now.
We got it.
I got a bunch of stuff in my hands, guys. I'm sorry that I'm a couple of cameras and whatnot, so I keep having to switch hands. You want to open it?
I would love to.
With a handy dandy key.
Wow, such a big.
Now remember, it sticks at the top. Here.
Might need assistance.
Okay, here, hold
so
this.
Make the neighborhood.
Right?
The key away. Okay.
There we go. Alright.
Need to help her out with it.
You loosened it up. Alright. Dental office here.
Shut down.
Okay, here, I'll have that.
Hold that.
There. Okay. Something about having a stretch in the office. But actually, this was one big bathroom. Because there's where they'd send the tray in. There's a name scribed in over here. It says Andy scribed into the wall there. No, it says Sandy.
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 Well, Sandy could have been a boy's name.
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay, let me.
Or it could have been his girl's name.
I have to keep adjusting the camera so I don't blow Cindy's eyes out with the brightness. But yeah, you can see there it says Sandy. I don't know how many of you remember when you go to the dentist, they numb up your mouth. You'd be there, they numb up your mouth, and then they tell you to spit in the bowl. And it was so awful because the spit would just run out of your mouth because you had no feeling. So most of the spit would run down your front collar or down your front of your shirt. Yeah, it's a little different than the way they do it now. And this was the motor to the drill.
Human.
I got this camera here. Are we going to leave this one in here running while we leave?
Yeah, the other one
Okay.
has more room. But I just heard something.
So check out this wheelchair, guys. Pretty wild. It's, whoops, sorry. It's got 3 wheels. And the way that it worked was it had hand cranks up here. And rather than you use your hands to do the wheels, you would crank kind of like bicycle pedals with your hands to roll the wheelchair. Pretty cool. I've never, this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this one. Never saw a wheelchair like this. And here's a more conventional but very old wheelchair here, probably used in the Civil War. Both of these.
Yeah, and said this was a hospital.
Yeah, because we're in that area. Here's the first breathalyzers. come a long way since then. So you want to sit in here and do an EVP session?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Look at that chain, man.
Okay.
What one did you put in there?
Oh, this is, they
You
call
were
it the dungeon.
You were chained. A dungeon. Dun, 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 dun. I want the business. I want it to keep its. If it's a universal.
Almost, but not quite.
Correct. Correct. Right?
I don't know that I'd sit on that bed. It's kind of disgusting.
I know, I saw it too. I'm like, oh, there's a, no. The story was there was a John. I remember her saying a John that was in here for a very long time. He was very angry. And he liked to hang out the window, yelling at the guards and stuff. So let's see if we can get John to come on out and talk. Is John here? Anybody else that would like to come play with one of these toys here? Just walk near it and lay your hand over it. Light up those lights to red. That would be great. Oh, there you go. Keep going all the way up to red. Can you bring those lights back down? Turn them off. You're when I went to pick it up, it stopped. When I walk away, it goes off. Melted. Look, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I walk away and you're going off. Bring it up to red. Please. Oh, thank you. Alright, can you make it stop? You just back off a second and back away from it and let those lights go down.
Again, you know what I think it is?
I'm thinking, what?
Because we're doing a live stream video and it's pinging the satellite.
From your camera?
From the phone, yeah.
Well, we know, yeah, the phone's...
I don't think we can use K2s while we're... But the Mel meter here, the Mel meter is working fine. 60 degrees in here, 60.7. Right now there are no EMFs. Odd. What we ought to do is maybe set this camera up when we leave on the Mel meter, and it'll catch any fluctuations.
Good thinking.
But let's do it in the larger room, the larger section. I don't know.
I don't know. I think the energy is in here because this is where the
Okay, well, we can go with it here.
trauma of being locked in this room.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it feels maybe different. Look at you. It just feels sad. It just feels like a...
Can't see outside. You don't know if it's day or
It
night.
just feels sad, yeah. That's a good idea. Tree.
Tree?
Yeah.
Pat, are you here with us?
Can't see day, can't see night, can't go outside.
No trees.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
Or the hanging trees. Were you one of the persons that were hung on the hanging tree? Apparently there were lots of, well, we don't know how many, to be honest, were hung at the hanging tree across the street here.
But then that also said that they built gallows, so there's some conflicting information.
And I would think that through time, when that became non-legal anymore, that they would take those gallows out, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, it just never made sense to me why they would hang someone in the tower of the actual jail. That just doesn't make sense to me. It's not like it's an execution.
They have photos.
Yeah. Well, before we leave town, we'll try to.
Story. Yeah, we need to ask.
I don't know if there's a museum here in town, or Renee ought to be able to tell us.
Unclear. Are we unclear on that?
We're unclear. Okay, guys, we're for those who joined us, solitary at the Hamilton County Jailhouse in Jasper, Florida. We've done 2 nights worth of investigation. This is the second night. We got a little activity last night, not too much. We're hoping for some more tonight. Something a little bigger, a little better, more spookier. Other than a plan stairs,
And the cat the day before.
And the cat the day before. We really haven't had a whole lot go on.
Yes, we haven't. Well, no noises, creaks. I know I've heard some things in my ear. Just small sighs and almost a frustration kind of a thing also. Like we'll see.
Well, Pat, are you here with us? Is there anybody here with us? Can you bang on something? Let us know that you're here. Just about anything you touch will make noise.
Beans. Is that what they fed you? Kiss. You want a kiss?
So Cindy said she's going to spend the night in here.
No, say that. I did say that. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't say in solitary.
Oh, not solitaire, huh?
Nor locked
I'd be
in.
happy to lock you in.
That actually would be neat.
The bed was a little nicer. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but that thing,
Yeah.
it's pretty disgusting.
It's very. I got in the morgue at Waverly Hills on the bottom slab and crawled all up in it and laid in it, and I also apparently they had cameras there and I got shooed off of there pretty quickly. But I had the balls to get into that morgue where 60-some thousand bodies went through there.
Wow, cool.
So,
readjusting so it didn't blind Cindy so
It
bad.
didn't. Yeah, country. And since we really haven't had a whole lot going on yet, you know, I could, you know.
Ah,
Now, if we start having some stuff and, you know, some great
so,
experiences here that were frightening, I probably wouldn't. Country.
all right. Is there anybody here with us that'd like to speak to us? We don't mean you any harm, no disrespect. You probably remember us from last night. Cindy, and I'm Dennis. We have little devices that you can touch, you can walk past, or you can even speak out if you're able. If we can't hear you, the little devices will capture your voice and we can listen to you, what you have to say later. So if you have a message, can you say something, please?
Eat. Oh, this one likes food. This is where Jim, can you wave your hand over here in front of this antenna and light up those lights for us? Pat and Murphy. You guys here? Anybody? That would be tough in these four walls. Oh. I'll maybe do the Heimlich on you. You right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt
Choked up?
kind of choked. You know, like choked. Yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I'm trying to think of how I was going to do the Heimlich on your belly because I don't know if I can reach around you.
There's a lot of it there, ain't there?
I'm not sure I can reach.
Oh, the sucker's just gonna die.
Damn it.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was like all of a sudden I couldn't got something in my throat. Like
I got a lot of
it's
phlegm
still,
in mine all of a
yeah,
sudden.
it's still that way.
Pendant.
Weird.
Yeah, that's
Let's get out of here for a little bit.
then.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck.
Pendant. Maybe it wants me to do my pendant.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah. Sitting in here. How do you feel in here?
It's not as bad now. Just walking out of there.
That happens. Yeah, we
Pretty
can
weird.
Sit here if you want.
Well, here, let's go ahead and set. Shall we set this thing up and then leave it in here?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, let me put the camera down over here again.
Pendant.
I know it makes a pretty nasty noise. Sorry about that. Okay, we just went down another notch in the lighting. So the battery's about to fail in that camera, which is fine. I've got more, but we're going to set this up anyway, CIR. If I set it up over here, maybe on this podium.
Mm-hmm. We could leave the obulus next to it.
Right here, then we can get the gel set up and
Just bought this pendulum. It's rose quartz. Thought we'd do a pendulum session.
okay, this is a recording now. I just want to show the people on camera. I'm going to go ahead and turn out the light for about a half a second here. And you can see that we're actually in IR here. So we're going to leave the IR camera running as we leave, and hopefully we'll be able to just let the battery run out, and maybe we'll catch something in this room. But I'm actually going to take it over here to this other side so we can catch as much of this room and the entrance into that cell as possible, and see if we can't capture something while we're not in here. So let me put the IR over there. Again, sorry about that. Just making adjustments. Okay. Oh, you got the pendulum?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can kind of get an idea. Oh, that IR is not even on. There we go. Okay, this has got the entrance into solitary. And basically just this area out right here to there. So that's good. Turn them up high. It's recording right now. We've got
Cool.
Got 107 minutes
Okay.
on that camera. I thought we had 300 to begin with. Okay, and then I've got this little, and then I've got my recorder here, and we can leave it run wherever you want to. You want to try an EVP session, or just let the camera run and go to another section?
Whatever. What are you feeling?
Let's go ahead and just let the camera run for a little bit.
Okay. I'll be quiet in here.
And then,
I'll just try this for a second.
it's only going to run about an hour and a half, maybe. But then we can come grab it and see how it did.
Okay.
Decided. Yes, we have decided.
Yes. Next one. Showing out. Alright.
Carrier.
Just make it stop, please.
Story. Getting 0.1 on the EMF. 62.7. Temperature's going up. 62.9.
I'm sure I know.
Wide.
Show me now. I don't know if you can see it, but it's vibrating. Show me yes. Show me no. Energy's not as strong in here. Okay, yeah, I think we should move to a different location and
All right.
that run, like you said, see if anything wants to come through.
Well, let's leave
Take
the.
this with you. With us.
Let me go put the millimeter over here where the camera can see it.
Okay.
Wait, going off.
That's just you. You're too close. It's
Okay.
the antenna is the sensor.
So let me see if I can find a place to put this where we can see it well enough.
Boy.
Can't really read it there, but we'll be able to see if the REM pod goes off or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good enough, I guess.
Yeah. If need be, we could zoom in. Probably. If there was activity going on and the REM's going off, maybe we could zoom in and later when we edit it.
Yeah, in post.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys.
We'll be back.
Leave that equipment run until it dies. It is on an IR camera, so it'll be total darkness in here.
Cool. Good job.
All right, we're leaving solitary.